What's up people, Bam Lamau here with a video on NXT. So, on this episode of NXT we got Randy Orton versus Javon Evans. This match was very entertaining. It was a clash of styles, a clash of generations even, because Javon Evans is only like 20, Randy Orton is in his 40s, so it is a big clash of generations, clash of styles, because Javon Evans is everywhere. He's agile, he's on the ropes, and Randy Orton is a lot more ground-based, a lot more ground and pound. So it was a very good clash of styles. I felt like Randy Orton, as the veteran, kind of showed him the ways of how to wrestle, the ins and outs, and Javon Evans kind of also stood his ground in showing that, you know what, I can also hang with one of the best of all time. The ending might have actually been botched a bit with the RKO supposedly being, from the top rope, but that didn't pan out. But he made up for it with like a proper RKO like seconds later. I felt like Randy Orton had a lot of fun. This match was a lot of fun, and Javon Evans has a long way to go. He will be a champion soon, and Randy Orton during his face turn has been amazing. And he can do things like this, go to places like NXT, Raw, and kind of help out where he can. So all in all, this was a fun match. Next segment I kind of want to talk on is the one with Cora Jade and Roxanne. So they came out, they were flexing that their tag team or their relationship has actually gotten stronger because of Roxanne's heel turn and her turning her back on the NXT universe. And Cora being like, you know what, I was forgotten about with this, division, the deepest division in women's wrestling, because of names like, Julia and Stephanie Vaquer and all these other big names. So who came out? Julia. Julia came out and she looked like she was alone, but a debuting Stephanie Vaquer came out, and it is probably going to lead to a tag team match between Stephanie and Julia versus Roxanne and Cora. But the interesting part was Julia and Stephanie kind of picked the NXT Women's title up at the same time. This could lead to some kind of deception or infighting between the two, them not being able to kind of work together. But I feel like they would win the tag team match, and then it would move on to something like maybe a triple threat, or might even get something like Stephanie versus Julia to see that who would be the number one contender for that NXT Women's Championship. For me, the NXT Women's division is one of, if not the deepest division in wrestling. It is one of the most entertaining ones, one that I can constantly go in and watch matches and be entertained, whether it be by these four here, or Kehlani Jordan, Nikita Lyons, Lola Vice, anyone on that division. It's just very, very interesting. So I am very locked in and entertained by the NXT Women's division. We also had a massive title change, because Tony D'Angelo, the Don of NXT, actually beat Oba Femi. This was something that I saw that they were doing it when they mentioned the Rocky kind of references that were put into this whole thing, but I never really thought that this was actually going to happen. And the way that they did it was a way to protect Oba Femi so that he can definitely move on to the NXT Championship and probably become a dominant NXT champion. But I feel like that would happen down the line, probably next year. He would probably squish Trick Williams, like if I would be booking that match. But I'm happy for Tony D'Angelo. Oba Femi can take a bit of a rest. He's been a great NXT North American champion. And yeah, congratulations to Tony D'Angelo. Oba Femi is the GOAT. And this was just a quick, brief, short video on NXT because I've really been enjoying the show recently over the past few weeks. I enjoyed the match between Ethan Page and Trick Williams. I enjoyed the whole thing. So if you haven't been watching NXT, go give it a watch. HBK has been doing his thing, so go watch that. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, people. I am Pamela Mao, and I'm out.